Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls just had their home opener, a whole presentation and whatnot, and my goodness, was it one of the funnest games I have watched in years with this team. It was a fantastic performance all the way around. Not too much negatives to say at all with this game, and it just goes to show that when the Chicago Bulls are always playing well, when they are playing well, we are a very dangerous team. So without further ado, let's talk about the home opener and let's talk about the Bulls and the Pelicans in this video. Let's do it. Everybody, it's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to the game reaction, the home opener against the New Orleans Pelicans. In the end, we started off our season opener away from home against the Detroit Pistons, and we won that game through a gritty and grind performance. And today was the complete opposite of that. The Chicago Bulls were firing on all cylinders, and it was just a joy to watch. One of the funnest games I've watched in years. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game performance today. The score was 128-112, a Bulls victory. Pretty simple, as you could tell by my expression. I'm extremely satisfied and happy with the way the Chicago Bulls played today. There's not many things I could put out as negatives. One of the best things I saw today was that the Pelicans actually shot fairly well from the field, especially in the second half. They managed to find their way back into the game at certain times of this game, and the Chicago Bulls kept their composure, kept their rhythm, and put them away, took them to the sword. There are many games like this last season. Two games that comes to mind: OKC and the San Antonio Spurs last season, where the way that they were shooting, the Pelicans probably would have come back in that game if this was the Bulls of last year. The Chicago Bulls now look to be a much different team and ended up making sure this was an easy victory. And this is a great sign of things to come. In our second game of the season, we are talking about how fun the Chicago Bulls are. We didn't have this discussion last year. We were trying to get into the 500 mark, and now we're just talking about how fun this team is, what a joy it is, the chemistry that we're building. It's just a fantastic ride so far, and again, it's only going to get better. This is the second game of the season. This is the second game of the season. I'm just thinking to myself in my head how crazy this team could potentially become with more chemistry, more games under their belt. Of course, we need harder challenges ahead, and we will have harder challenges ahead for this team, so we get to see our true capabilities. But this, you can't argue, is a perfect start to the season in my opinion, with a fantastic season opener away and a beautiful home opener in today's game. Another victory for the Chicago Bulls. Let's talk about some positives. The defense today, absolutely phenomenal. We got deflections, steals, blocks, rebounds, left, right, and center. We switched on a lot of possessions. We made the Pelicans, we smothered the Pelicans. And although they shot really well today, in my opinion, a lot of it was really tough contested shots. I feel like if we had that same game, 9 times out of 10, the Pelicans won't be scoring as good as they did in this game. Brandon Ingram ended up catching fire. Obviously, Devontae Graham ended up catching fire. Valanciunas was doing his thing. Alexander Walker. These guys were making shots, and it makes sense. They are all good shooters, and they couldn't get near the Chicago Bulls at times. They came back, but obviously the Bulls kept extending. We managed the leads well. That was an issue last year that we didn't see in today's game. We managed the lead the entire game. We made sure when they came back, we ended up pushing it again. We made it very difficult for them to get any sort of real momentum throughout the course of the game. It was only in small stretches that they ended up having good runs, and the Bulls took care of it from then on. It was just a beautiful performance all the way around, and we're going to get more into it in the individual performance, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of the talk. I don't really have too many negatives to say. Let's get into the individual performances. Lonzo Ball, the stat sheet stuffer, I should say, had 17 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. A triple-double for Lonzo Ball against his former side, the New Orleans Pelicans. I don't think you could have wrote it any better than that. when he faces the New Orleans Pelicans, it's like he has a point to prove to that team. For the team that didn't use him correctly, the team that didn't end up seeing any value in him, a team that let him go, for Satoransky and Garrett Temple, both of which did not have great games today for the New Orleans Pelicans. And Lonzo Ball is out here dominating for the Chicago Bulls. Defensively, our leader, once again defensively, we all know Lonzo Ball is going to be a great defensive player. He ended up being a lot more aggressive today. And again, he got his triple-double. For the longest time in that fourth quarter, all I wanted to see was that last assist from Lonzo Ball. And it's only fitting that the last assist is a lob to Alex Caruso. What a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball today. And again, beautiful, and I can't wait to see if he can maintain this level of performance. Obviously, I don't expect triple doubles every single night from Lonzo Ball, but it was great to see his offensive aggressiveness as well as his playmaking ability shown in full effect today. No one could stop him. The tempo also was a big part of Lonzo Ball having a great game today. We played tremendously fast, and the Pelicans could not stop the pace of this team, and we're going to get into that later on with a bunch of other players. DeMar DeRozan had 26 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. By far, DeMar DeRozan's best game as a Chicago Bull, and it happened in the home opener in the second game. What a tremendous performance. Shot making left, right, and center. He was double teamed, it doesn't matter. He was taking fadeaways, it doesn't matter. Cutting to the basket, doesn't matter. DeMar was on. And DeMar, to many people's credit, I think many people wanted DeMar to play more with the second unit. DeMar played with the second unit, and he got his shots off, and he made a lot of shots. This fit that everybody's been talking about with DeMar DeRozan joining this team, I don't know where those people are at right now. I know it's very, very early, and those people will probably come back later on. But so far, all those people are saying that the fit issues are going to be a problem. I don't know where they are right now. It's a beautiful fit at the moment, and hopefully we can keep it up with tougher challenges ahead of us. Zach LaVine, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block. The funniest thing about this stat line was Zach LaVine, he was scoreless in the first quarter. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And of course, our MVP just decided to wake up in the second quarter and just shoot lights out. Shoot so efficiently, shoot so effectively. It was a beautiful sight to see Zach LaVine have the 3 quarters that he had for this team. It was unbelievable. And once again, Zach LaVine showing that he's going to be our best player. And even when we didn't need him to score this much points, he's still delivering on the scoring end for the Chicago Bulls, which is what he's supposed to be doing. And he's getting 5 assists. He's playing solid defense as well. This is the best version of Zach LaVine. He's continuing to improve every single year. And I hope this consistency on the defensive end and offensively for Zach LaVine can be a reoccurring thing every single game, because that's another leap forward in his NBA career. Every time we think, how could Zach LaVine get any better? And every single year, he just seems to just do it. Congratulations on another solid game, Zach LaVine. Nikola Vucevic had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. Now, despite the stats, what they may say, this might be a more quiet game from Nikola Vucevic, but I actually did not think Nikola Vucevic was bad at all today. At the end of the day, he did have to take a back seat considering DeMar was hot, Lonzo was balling, Zach LaVine was making shots out of his mind. Nikola Vucevic had to be the quiet one in today's game, and that makes sense, and it's not always going to be Nikola Vucevic that has the quiet game. However, defensively, I thought he was very active. I thought he was switching a lot, which really, really helped. I thought he was covering the paint. He made Valanciunas take some really tough shots. Not all of them were made, and at the end of the day, he just did what he was supposed to do in the paint. Rebounding-wise, I would like to see him get more rebounds than 4, but other than that, I thought defensively he was very, very active, much more active compared to recent games. And I thought offensively, he just took the shots that was available to him, and he wasn't the one forcing the issue because we had other players that was just really strong today. So fair play to Nikola Vucevic. I know he gets a lot of stick and he gets a lot of criticism for his defensive displays. I don't think that is present in today's game. I thought he played a fantastic game. Patrick Williams had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. I thought Patrick Williams played well today. Obviously, guarding Brandon Ingram, he did suffer a lot from foul calls, and of course, just at the end of the day, Brandon Ingram is an all-star. Brandon Ingram is a fantastic player that did get hot in today's game, and Patrick Williams was the one guarding him. So there is a lot that you could say in relation to Patrick Williams and guarding Brandon Ingram, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about Patrick Williams today. The only real issue that I have, it's not his defensive display. he is still hesitant to shoot. He had a corner shot that was so open and not one person even tried to get to him, and he still stuttered before he actually took the shot. He hesitated. And these are the things I want to see out of Patrick Williams' game. I don't want him to hesitate when he takes shots. He is an effective shot maker. He is so talented offensively. When he shoots, it's efficient. He's not bricking shots left, right, and center. He's just not taking enough shots. And that's what I want to see change with Patrick Williams. But a really strong performance here. He made some mid-ranges. He made threes. It was good. I enjoyed Patrick Williams' game today. And again, I just want to see more of it. I like Patrick Williams' game. It's just seeing more of it. That's the key. That is the key for Patrick Williams and the Bulls. Alex Caruso had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Alex Caruso, once again, everywhere. He got MVP chants by the Bulls fans today. We all love the Caruso. We all like the highlight reel himself. And he definitely had some highlight performances today. Multiple and one displays. A reverse layup and an alley-oop today as well. The highlight reel is in full effect, and he had a tremendous showing for the Chicago Bulls. One thing I do want to mention, that when you see Alex Caruso, you saw Javonte Green, Alize Johnson, and Troy Brown. The bench scoring was a lot better today. There's something else I want to mention before I go any further. The bench scoring was massive, and the bench ended up elevating us when our starters went off, and that's exactly what a bench is supposed to do, and I thought they did a tremendous job. Defensively, they were exceptional, but the one worry that we had from the last game to this game was bench scoring. If the bench can score like this consistently, that's not going to be an issue going forward. Not to mention, we will see Kobe White, which we all know is going to be a scoring machine when he returns. We know his capabilities offensively, and that's the exciting part, to see Kobe White return. Now, let's continue. Javonte Green, 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Javonte Green was absolutely phenomenal, and he was everywhere. As Stacey King likes to say, there are 5 Javonte Greens on the floor. Javonte Green played like 5 players today. Defensively, offensively, his work was tremendous. He's a very hard-working player. That's the one thing that we come to know. And to this day, I cannot believe the Boston Celtics let this guy go for so cheap. But at the end of the day, their loss and our gain. What a tremendous performance from Javonte Green, and I'm very, very happy with the way that he played. A super, super talented and hard-working player, showing why he deserves minutes on the team. Alize Johnson had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, Alize Johnson, I actually put Alize Johnson in contention for potentially most improved. I don't think he's going to get that now. I think at the end of the day, with the minutes that he gets, maybe it's going to be a little bit too difficult to get the most improved. Obviously, there are a bunch of other players in the NBA that could get it. I'm talking about specifically on the Bulls side. We talked about Lonzo and Alize Johnson. But Alize Johnson is a potential double-double threat every time he plays. The rebounding that this guy has is so telling for someone of his size. He's only 6'8". Jackson Hayes was playing center most of the time Alize was on. We all know Jackson Hayes. I think many people want Jackson Hayes on this team. He's a very talented, athletic big man. Alize Johnson is rebounding over a really talented, athletic big man. And it just goes to show that rebounding isn't all about athleticism. It is about the will and desire to rebound. He had that pitbull mentality today, and it showed on the court. And again, for all those people, including myself, that said we wanted to see Tony Bradley play in today's game, I think Alize Johnson is just keeping him out of the rotation right now. So that's good to see. Last but not least, Troy Brown Jr. had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. With Troy Brown, when he's making threes, this team could be deadly. Simple as that. When Troy Brown is making threes, when this team is scoring and the bench is scoring as well, this team is dangerous. And that is something I'm very happy to see, and he played his part in this game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the must improve. And I don't feel, I always feel like it's a bit of a cop-out to give criticism to players when we win this game, but I really cannot think of one player that had a really bad performance today. It's just the way that it is. It was just a super strong performance all the way around from everybody on the team. They all played a part in the win, and in the end, we ended up getting a strong victory out of this game. I'm not going to really target anybody out for this game specifically, and I hope this is the case going forward. I don't want to criticize players. I hope people can understand that. I don't want to criticize players when they play poorly, but sometimes you do feel the need to just let people know that this player is not living up to his expectation. And I didn't see that in today's game, to be honest. My player of the game, I mean, you could pretty much give it to Lonzo, DeMar, or Zach. I'm going to give it to Zach LaVine just because his second, third, and fourth quarter was absolutely amazing. I really wanted to give it to Lonzo as well, but I feel like Zach LaVine is probably the one I would give it to today. No disrespect to any other player who had fantastic games. DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, even Javonte Green. I was thinking about him at one point or another, giving it to him with how he played defensively and offensively today. But Zach LaVine is our all-star. Zach LaVine is our best player. And Zach LaVine, once again, had a fantastic night against the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, we have beaten the New Orleans Pelicans today. We will face them one more time in the regular season as they are a Western Conference team, which is very interesting. Hopefully, we get to see a very similar performance against the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Bulls' record is 2-0. We are 2-0. I think this is the first time since the 2016-2017 season. Pretty long ago, I must say, and it's very exciting. It is a very exciting time for the Chicago Bulls. We are 2-0. We are beating teams that we should beat. Let's put it that way. Beating Detroit, I think many people expected that. Away from home, it's going to be tougher, and we did what we were supposed to do. Now, we beat the Pelicans. I think that's a team many people expected us to be, and we've gone out and do it. Can we do it again, ladies and gentlemen? The next game is once again against the Detroit Pistons. This time, it's at home, so we will have the home crowd advantage. We will have the energy into this team, and we will try to defend home court against the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, once again, will not play for the Detroit Pistons, so it's going to be a very similar team for both sides heading into this next game. It is the Chicago Bulls back-to-back. The Pistons should be fully rested and ready to go, and we just played a game against the Pelicans, so I'm not expecting, I guess, a massive blowout, but at the end of the day, I expect the Chicago Bulls to come out and win this game. That's what I'm hoping for, because it is home court, and you must defend home court. No one should get an easy ride at home, and that's how we're going to get into the playoffs, and that's how we're going to get further along in the season. We must defend home court, and let's see if we can do that against the Pistons. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care.